Alright, what's going on everyone on YouTube? NES Ruler, welcome to a brand new review. Hope everybody's doing well. And today we'll be checking out a film that was sent to me by Alchemy Films to review. And this is a film that came out this year in 2016, and it's a film titled Hangman. Now, this movie has a whole bunch of buzz going on right now in the community for being a really good and refreshing found footage film, home invasion found footage film. So I was curious to check it out, and then when I was asked to review it, I was really all over it because I've heard nothing but good things. I know Moods gave it a really good review, and Jason from Horrorfield gave it a really good review also. So I knew that I had some good recommendations from people that I trust. So I was really excited to check this one out, and yeah, this film is actually really solid. I really enjoyed this one. You know, past 6 months to a year, there's been a really good slate of found footage films. Unfriended and Nightlight, you know, both made my top 10 last year. I really enjoyed those films for what they were, especially, and this one really lives up to those two films. You know, I think it might actually be the best one out of those three, even though, you know, I'm a huge fan of Nightlight. I think that's the better one out of Unfriended and that film. But this one's actually really good. And surprisingly, this film is not about violence. There's barely any violence throughout the film. Just one scene of some really, I guess you could say, hardcore violence. And it's not even really that hardcore when you really watch it and look at it, but one scene of violence, and the rest of it is just the director and the editor using things like long takes. This film has a boatload of long takes, and it's really uncomfortable. I found it really uncomfortable and unsettling because we watch this man who goes around and he breaks into people's homes, and he sets up cameras everywhere, and then he moves into, let's say, the attic, and he lives in the attic, and he basically just watches these people's lives, and every so often he drops something to try and mess with these people, and not violently, but, you know, psychologically, and I really like that part. So he finds his family who's going on vacation, he moves into their house, sets up cameras, and then they come back and they find the house trashed, and they just think, oh, somebody came in for the weekend and trashed the house. And then as time goes on, this Hangman, I'll just call him the Hangman, he does a whole bunch of things like tries to break up the marriage of this family and things like that. And it's all done by having really long takes of the Hangman, you know, just standing over the couple laying in bed, and then the Hangman screwing with the older girl in the family. Just a whole bunch of really interesting things going on, and it's surprising that a film that doesn't have any gore at all is able to be this effective, and to be honest, one of the scariest films that I've seen in a little while. And like I said, that's easily achieved by not that much of a sound design besides what's going on in the house. So at nighttime, when the Hangman is standing over the family, or over the mom and the dad of the family sleeping, there's no sound, just him standing there. It doesn't cut at all to any kind of close-ups or anything like that, and it sits there for a good 30 to 45 seconds, and it's really unsettling because we don't know what's gonna happen, and he's just standing there looking, and then all of a sudden it's a cut and it's the next day, and it's like, it really hits you in your mind because it's something that could really actually happen. I know it's kind of crazy to say, but you know, this kind of thing with this guy, somebody breaking into the house, moving in the attic, could really happen. Would it really play out like this? Probably not, because how do you not know that somebody's in your house? I mean, how do they not accidentally run into this guy when he's like downstairs, when they're downstairs? I mean, it's clearly a little bit unrealistic, but at the same time, it's probably something that could happen. I mean, it says inspired by true events. I don't know how true that is because it really only says it on the cover. They really don't even, you know, have a screen that says this film is inspired by true events or nothing like that. But like I said, I can actually believe that this happened, and I'd be curious to see if we start to see sequels coming out of this, because the Hangman is a really interesting character. He obviously has family issues. That's why he moves in with all these different families and then goes on to murder them. He obviously has some kind of of family issues. So I'd be curious to dig into more of his character, because we don't get any backstory, and I mean any backstory about his character and who this guy is and why he's doing it and all that kind of stuff. So I wish on that sense there was a little bit more backstory about who this guy was. Do we necessarily need to know that? No, but I would be interested to know why he's doing these kind of things and why he pretty much ruins families. I mean, of course he's crazy, but he must have had something going on in his youth that he has family issues. So I'd be curious to see more backstory on that. So I'd probably see a sequel coming about this one sooner or later. Is it going to be as good? Probably not, because sequels typically aren't as effective as the original film, but really, really dug this one. It's really, really solid. I highly, highly recommend it if you guys want a film that's not about the gore, but about just suspense, and it's a truly terrifying film. You know, you don't hear me say that very often, so I really, really, really did enjoy this one. So if you guys get a chance to check out Hangman, pick it up from Alchemy Films. You can grab this right now, actually. Release-wise, there's no features, which is unfortunate. I would love to see some kind of features on this. And the Blu-ray is pretty good. For found footage, it's shot on HD cameras, so it looks really, really good, really modern, really fresh, bright colors, all that kind of stuff. Sound design's really good. But like I said, I would have liked to see some features, which is unfortunate. But you guys to pick this up, pick it up. I think this is like $10 on Amazon for the Blu-ray. I think it's really, really worth it, and it's a really, really solid film. And yeah, so that is my review of Hangman. If you guys like this video, you can always give us a thumbs up. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/NESRuler22. And I'll talk to you guys soon with some more reviews. I have some more stuff coming, so I hope you guys stay tuned to that. Hope everybody's doing well, and I'll talk to you guys soon. See you guys.